and I'm out in the ADL shop. I'm just gonna kind of talk for a few minutes, let people get on here and stuff. Um, I'm just gonna do a quick video, just let you guys know what's happening, what's going on, and everything with me and stuff. Um, I haven't been recording videos in the last little bit. There's a couple different reasons why. One of them is the last video was the trip up to the UP, and you guys saw the video that I kind of put together, and it kind of ended at a certain point. It's because my camera kind of got wrecked going through all that water and everything. So right now I didn't have a camera and everything, and I have a couple cameras that I brought along with me. I just haven't had the time. I gotta tear them apart and try to make a working camera out of all that, and I'll get some time to take care of it and everything. I'm actually back out here to the ADL shop, and I've actually been out here since that trip. I've been out here and worked out here for a few days, and then been back to Wisconsin. Had a couple days off. I got a bunch of stuff that's happening right now in my life and everything, and a bunch of stuff that's going on that's going to be coming up in the future that you guys are going to learn about. And there's some things happening with my. It's just changing right now, but so I've actually just arrived back out here. I delivered last night out here to Aldi's in Maryland, and I'm back out here to work in the shop for I don't know a few days, and yeah, everything is all positive and stuff. Gas, I saw that come through. Everything is all good. It's just I got a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of paperwork and everything else, and just dealing with stuff, filing papers and everything else, and it's just been a lot of overwhelming stuff. But what I'm going to be doing is I just wanted to put out a quick video to describe what's going on because I didn't have a camera going, so and I've been just really so busy I just haven't had time to. Is before the trip that I went to the UP, I was trying to catch up on videos that I had and everything, and I still have a bunch of videos. So I'm actually going to put out those videos and try to catch you guys up to current. I'm going to still try to catch you guys up to where I am right now. And so there's going to be a lot of videos that are going to be coming out, and then you guys are going to be going, you're doing another trip to the UP? You know, it's going to work up to that point, but I'm going to try to catch you guys up real quick. I'll try to put out a video or two every day and try to get you guys caught up. I have a lot of data that I still have on files and everything. So I thought I'd just do that and let you guys know. Don't be worried. You're not in a time machine. You're not going back in time or nothing else. I'm just going to try to catch you guys up. It's good to see all you guys too. A yodel shout out, please. Leave where at. You can't put names out there like that and expect me to pronounce it. It's not going to happen. But yeah, I'm back out here at the ADL shop. It's actually really nice. I arrived last night and it was 44 degrees, I think it was. It's pretty cold. Okay, well, I'll try to do it. Little Everett Yokomolo Lily, I don't know. And as you can see, I'm one of those one of those old people. I have to back away from the screen to read it. You know, I'm getting to that point where I need reading glasses. It's always been really funny because all my brothers and we always go snowmobiling and stuff, and we'll bring out maps. Okay, we're going to go here and here, and they've always passed it down the line because everybody, as they get older, they need reading glasses and everything else, and they've always passed the maps down, saying, okay, you know, you can see this stuff. Where's this? Where's that? And the last time they did this, they passed the map down to me, and I'm sitting all like this, and they're like, we're all doomed. The youngest one can't see now either. So, well, hello to Alabama. But it was a little chilly out here, and but the sun is up, and it's getting to be a nice day. I'm actually not working on trucks. The last couple times I've actually been out here, I haven't been working on trucks. I'm actually doing a project for the boss man's wife, and she's my new boss, and doing some projects in her house. I'm not really recording that stuff. That's kind of private stuff, you know, their home and everything else. I will be doing like a video on what I'm doing and everything and the finished product and stuff, but you know, it is what it is. But I haven't really been working on trucks or nothing like that right now. I'm hoping that the project will be finished here in the next couple days, and then I can get back to normal and everything. Let's see. I don't think that you guys have actually seen this. We have actually gotten a new forklift. It's a new forklift to us. We picked this up because there's a big project that has to be happening pretty soon, and it's going to be an engine teardown. And I can't pull an engine and everything else, so we've actually we've looked around and we found this thing used, and it's an electric forklift, and works pretty good for what we got. We got it at a really good price, and so I actually offered John to give him a ride. I thought that'd be kind of funny, stick him up in the forks and see how high we could lift him up in the air. But he didn't seem too enthused about that whole idea. What else is going on in here? Oh, let's see. There is, let's see, try not to make this too jittery. There is my old bumper. The last time that I've been kind of working on and off and on. This really hasn't been a priority. I've been kind of fiberglassing. If you guys remembered, there was a box that flew off a moving truck or whatever, and it bounced off the road. I was able to avoid most of it, but I couldn't avoid all of it. It bounced off the road, came up, and it cracked the fiberglass here. And then a car hauler backed into me over there and broke that up. Now that I have the chrome bumper on on Big Blue, I pulled this one off and I did a bunch of fiberglass work, and I got the first coat of paint onto it, and I'll be wet sanding that probably tonight or something, and putting the second and last coat on it. And then I think that this is going to go onto truck 797, because his bumper is all busted up and stuff. His actual frame is broken up. And so I kind of just fixed this up and got this all looking decent, and then we're going to pop this onto his truck and I'll pull his bumper off. Just 4 bolts, pops on and off. What else is going on over here? There's the charger for that forklift. I have to wire up a plug so I can plug it into the 220 volt, and then that'll be able to charge up this forklift. It's a pretty nice forklift. We got it, I can't really remember the price. I think it was under $2,000 we got this thing for. And we'll be able to do engine work and pull heads off and maybe even lift blocks out and stuff like that. What else is going on around here? Pretty much really nothing at this moment. I got nothing in here. All kinds of piles of metal from the metal work I've been doing. This is a pile of inverters, and that's for John's truck. We actually pulled the inverter. John fried his inverter. I don't know what he did, what happened there. And we pulled that out, and the boss actually found another inverter. We brought that. He bought that one, I think, off of eBay or something like that. Brought it in here, and I tested it, and it don't work either. So I know the boss is ordering. I think he's ordering a brand new one, and we're gonna have to put that into John's truck. This here is a seat for another truck. One of the drivers wanted a nicer seat, and this is a leather seat. It's pretty much just a basic seat. It's made by Legacy here. Legacy Silver. And so we got this in, and that's the base so that it fits into a Kenworth. Really nothing happening around here. I'll show you this. This has been my construction truck. Yeah. Really nothing going on over here. Got all the tools all sitting there and stuff. A couple of little projects I need to do around here. Still need to make a battery box, everything else. But that's all that's happening. So I've had a lot of people that have been asking me, like, what's all happening with Long Island area, where you been, blah, 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 and all this stuff. It's just I haven't had a camera, you know, and I've been really busy with a lot of stuff. So everything is going real well. But I know that I'm gonna put out some videos and people are gonna go, I don't get it, you know, this is before or whatever. It is what it is. I'm gonna put these videos out. I think you guys will like it. What else is going on? Was the ADL owned forklift? Yeah, we bought a forklift. Getting the snowmobiles ready. I haven't any time. I've been working solid. I haven't even been home. Did I know that Eric is leaving in May? I'm not even gonna comment on that. That's none of my business. You know, I'm not gonna get into the middle of all that and everything. There's a lot of things about that I don't want to be in the middle of. So yeah, what Eric does, and you got property listed on Zillow. Send me a link to it. I might be interested in it. What is the weather like out here? I'll show you guys what it is. It's a beautiful day out. The sun is out. It's starting to warm up. It was really cold this morning. That's great. But yeah, it's just a beautiful day out here. I'd say it's probably mid 50s and 60s right now. So it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm hoping that the weather gets a little bit better. So we'll see what happens. How is Big Blue running? Big Blue is running great. Everything is going good with Big Blue. And really nothing wrong with it whatsoever. 83 in Florida. Yikes. I can tell you that the inspector, she sent me some pictures about from her house and everything, and she lives up in northern Wisconsin, and they got like 4 inches of snow up there. That's pretty close, pretty crazy. Where is Big Blue? I just kind of showed out there behind the shop and everything. I parked back there in the trees. I kind of parked back there, some out of the way and everything. I hear Big Blue APU, probably. I know I've had some comments about John and stuff. I guess, yeah, he's got some alternator problem or something like that. I think he's supposed to come in tomorrow or something like that. I'm supposed to change out an alternator or something. Whatever. I don't really know what's going on and everything. I just arrived here and stuff. I'll tell you guys something. I just had a conversation with, I just had a conversation with the inspector. Boy, she's mad. She's pretty furious and stuff. She actually is an analyst for an insurance company. And she, I'm not going to say which insurance company, I don't want to get her in trouble and stuff, but she's actually an analyst for an insurance company, and she goes over claims and analyzes the cost factors and everything else. And her company has actually been put in charge of COVID cases. And so she sees a lot of this COVID stuff going on. And I don't get political on here and stuff like that and talk about all this stuff and everything. But she's like really furious because I guess it's on the news now. I guess it's a big thing going on that Trump was online or something, and he made a comment that there's all these COVID cases and it's actually they're false cases. The numbers, are too high and stuff because a lot of the service providers are actually putting down that COVID is the cause of a lot of people being in a hospital and blah, blah, blah and stuff, but it's really not the case. They're not in there for COVID, but these places put COVID down just so that they make sure they get paid for the bills and all this stuff. And she, she's in charge of this stuff. And all these news people, and then they had a professional come on the news program saying, Donald Trump is lying, that is not happening, that is not the case and everything. She's all furious. She's like, I want to be the expert because I do this every day and I'm telling you this is happening across the country. that people. She said one of her recent cases that she was evaluating and analyzing and everything was somebody who was diagnosed with schizophrenia and was put into what do they call those, psych wards, and they was put into a psych ward, and at the top of the list of all the medical problems was COVID. And it's just so that they make sure that they get paid for this stay and everything. It's she gets all worked up about this stuff. I was just talking to her a little bit. I have some other news. Maybe you guys could come up with this. My daughter, the one that prints the t-shirts and all that other stuff, and I just got married. Her husband is a amateur furniture maker, and he likes to make furniture, and he does things from scraps and everything else, and he likes to sit down in a basement and make furniture and everything else. And I've kind of picked on him a little bit in the past because some of the furniture that he has made, it's been like crooked or leaning, and he's like, oh, it's the floor, and they were renting a house, and they were like, it's the floor in here, it's uneven and stuff, and I've always kind of picked on him about stuff like that. I just came up with the idea that he should make up a YouTube channel, and he should make furniture on his YouTube channel. Him and his buddies, they can sit down in their basement and they can make furniture out of different stuff and everything. And I've actually placed my first order through him. I've asked him to make me a piece of furniture. So I don't know. I'm trying to talk him into making up his own channel. He could be like the Northern Wisconsin. I told him to be he loves different specialty beers and stuff, like coffee. I think they call them IPAs or something like that, and all different kinds of flavors and stuff like that. He's all into these fancy beers. I told him he could have like a different beer or something like that, flavor for each video and stuff. Him and his buddies sit around and make furniture and stuff like that. I don't know, but I'm trying to talk him into doing that. And he actually watches these videos, so you know what? You should put down in the comments if you're in favor of watching him. He's a pretty funny guy. He's pretty clever in the stuff that he talks about. So I think he'd be pretty good at it. I just got over COVID 2 weeks ago. Today, left off restrictions. It wasn't fun. Yeah, my brother actually had COVID too. My brother and his wife, they had COVID. They went through it and everything. And yeah, they went through it. It basically said it was like a real bad cold for about 5 days or so, and then they got over it and everything. Somebody asked what happened. I've seen this come up a couple times. I've been talking. What's happened with my orange truck? It's still parked at my house. It's just sitting there and stuff. I'll get to it sometime. I just haven't had the time and stuff. I'm working nonstop, so. Make driftwood furniture. Funny story on that. It's illegal to pick up driftwood. The inspector was on a trip just up to the UP, actually doing something for me, and was up there with her daughter and her boyfriend, and they were up there on the beach, and there was some driftwood, and she stopped and picked it all up and everything. And as they were loading up, somebody came up to him and told him, "You better not let anybody see you, because in Michigan it's actually illegal to pick up driftwood." And I'm like, "What?" Do I haul livestock? No, I have never hauled livestock. That is something I've never done. I just said what's going on in my orange truck. There's really nothing going on with it. It's just parked there. Someday I'll get to it and rebuild it and stuff. I need a haircut really bad. It's really getting long. What brands are in the fleet of ADL? There is Kenworths, there's Freightliners, and there's Volvos. I don't know. The boss keeps talking about stuff. He's talking about, one day he talks about getting rid of all the Volvos, going to Kenworths, and Peter, I don't know. He keeps going back and forth. I don't know. Where is John today? I don't know. I don't know where he is. Somebody asked how the trip went. The trip went very well. It was a lot of fun. Somebody's asking me about the alternator. Yeah, I know there's something going on with an alternator I think tomorrow he's supposed to show up here or something like that. I think he's going to take another truck so I can mess with his or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on until the time. The trip went very well up there. It was a lot of fun. It was a little bit cold and wet and stuff. It was a little bit late in the year for it. We had a lot of fun. We did have an incident. One of the side-by-sides, get back to the Douglas Bamworth. ADL is looking for 2 drivers. Yes, they are. The boss is supposed to be sending me a link. He's supposed to be sending me a link if anybody's interested in driving for ADL. And he wants me to do that. I've never been a fan of doing that because I don't want to refer people that I don't know and stuff. But he's asked me if I could do this. He is looking for 2 real truck drivers. He doesn't want steering wheel holders. He wants 2 truck drivers. And he's asked me if I can do this and stuff. He said he's going to send me some links and stuff that I could put into a video. I told him that I would. Here's the deal. He's looking for 2 truck drivers that actually are truck drivers. That if a fuse blows or something happens, they can fix this stuff. You know, not just a steering wheel holder, not looking for somebody that's just sitting there that needs a certain brand of truck, that needs to have this, needs to have that. He's looking for real truck drivers. The thing is with ADL, it's a company that you really don't talk to the boss a lot. He sends you your load information and you go and do it. He doesn't hire people that he wants to hold hands with and everything else. He expects that you're going to know what you need to do. And that's what he's looking for. He's hired people with less experience in the past, and he's kind of getting a little aggravated with some of the stuff. If you kind of need to have that and stuff, there's bigger companies, you know, that want to sit here and, you know, keep track of you and everything else, and you got all these safety meetings and all this other stuff. He's actually looking for more, you know, if you work for ADL, it's almost like, you're almost like an owner-operator, but you don't have the expenses. He just kind of sends you the load information, and he expects that you're going to be able to go out and do that. And so he's asked me if I can do a search and find some decent people and stuff. I told him I would. He's supposed to send me links if you are interested in it. I'm going to tell you that it has been in the past that you need to have like a year experience to work at ADL. If you want me to refer you, I want you to have 2 years. I want you to have 2 years of experience. And if you're interested in it, my email is in the bottom of these videos. Send me an email and stuff like that if you're interested. I'll communicate with you, and I'll pass the information along to the boss. He will give me this links and stuff like that where you can go there and stuff. But I'm going to tell you that we're looking for some real truck drivers, not just the steering wheel holders and stuff like that. We're looking for real truck drivers. So I can tell you there's some things that are coming up in the future that it needs to be, okay? Yeah, John's gonna be, that's what I heard, is he's supposed to take another truck. He'll live with it. That's part of the truck driving. Sometimes you need a truck worked on, you gotta take another truck. I think that he's just gonna do some local run or something like that for a day or something like that. So, did I put a new bumper on yet? Yes, I have a chrome bumper on my truck. I put a video out there a long time ago about that. That's my old bumper sitting behind me. Maverick Transport, yeah, that's one of the bigger companies. We go with them. You know, if you need experience and everything, there's those big companies out there that can really help you along with that kind of stuff. That's where you should go. If you want to be more of, this is my truck, I can operate it, I have the ability to do this, I kind of want to be left alone and do my thing, and you're able to accomplish that, then you look for a company kind of like this, and that's what this is. So it's good money. I mean, you can make really, I mean, $1,200 to $1,500. You know, it kind of fluctuates around in their stuff. So you could kind of make that kind of money and stuff. And you know, you have to set up your home time with the boss. You need to be upfront about this, discuss this, all this stuff. And as long as you work hard, he's going to work with you and stuff and make things happen. Somebody just asked if Boss Man is leaving. Yeah, talk to Boss Man about that. I'm not going to get into the middle of all that and stuff. It's none of my business. And everything else, I have no say on this or nothing else. The trip up into UP, I was talking about that. It was a great trip. We had a lot of fun. It was wet, it was cold, but we still had a lot of fun. On the way back, we had a little incident. One of the people that was running a machine, I found this big like sand pit, and I pulled in there and stuff. And I thought this would be fun. We can buzz around in here and have a bunch of fun in this sand pit and just goof off for a little bit. And everybody's out there and they're doing donuts and messing around and stuff. And my the inspector's daughter's boyfriend, he rented one from this place, and they didn't have enough machines, so they rented a machine from another rental place just to make sure that we were taken care of. And it was a Polaris. And he was driving that one, and he knew what he was doing. He was pretty good, actually. He's done this before and everything else. And he could rip that thing pretty good. And we were sitting there, and everybody was messing around, and I told him he was using my exhaust to warm up the inspector's daughter's gloves. He was holding her gloves at my exhaust and doing this and warming up her gloves. And everybody's ripping around, having fun. And Austin, I said to him, I said, hey, get your gloves off my exhaust because I'm going to go play. And there was this big hill, and I was going to go climb up this hill and then turn around and come back. And he's like, yeah. He goes, I got to get having fun too. So I took off, and I went flying up this hill. And I went way up on the top of the side of this hill, and I was coming down sideways on this. And I started to make my turn to coming down, and I saw him in his machine, and he was like out there doing donuts in the sand and stuff. And he got a little sideways, and I was coming down the hill right towards him, and he was going a little bit sideways, and his tires hit a rut, and his machine just started to tip. And it was the slowest tip over ever you've seen in your life. And as the machine was tipping over, there's kind of a golden rule in when you're running side by side. Put your seatbelt on, and if something happens, you hang on to that steering wheel. And on the passenger side, there's like a handle over there that you can hang on to. You never put your hands outside the machine. If you do that, bad things can happen. And as the machine was tipping over, I was coming down this hill right towards him, and I was like, oh boy. And he stuck his arm straight out the window, like he was gonna catch himself. And I just went, oh no, don't do that, don't do that. And the machine went over and just went boom, and it tipped on its side. And I was like, this guy's arm is probably crushed underneath it. So I went flying down as fast as I possibly could, spun my machine around. I had a winch on my machine. And I went to the backside of his machine, and I figured I just left it running, threw it in park. I jump out. I figured I'd have to hook the winch on to get the machine off his arm. And I took off. I jumped out of my machine, and I started running around there, and I was freaking out. And as I came around, he was already climbing out, and he already shut the machine off, and he was climbing out. And I was yelling out, and I'm like, are you okay? You okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. And then I heard somebody crying. And I looked in, and it was the inspector's daughter. And as the machine tipped over, she cracked her elbow on a steel bar and hit her really hard, the funny bone thing. Intense pain, we didn't know what was happening and stuff, but she was in a lot of pain. And as the machine tipped over, instead of hanging on, she stuck her arm out trying to catch herself, and she cranked her wrist. She torqued her wrist back really hard and put all her weight on it and it tipped over. We thought that she broke her wrist. We didn't know if she broke her elbow. She was very upset. Everybody came over there. I grabbed her by under her arm, and I was holding her up, and then everybody ran over really fast. We grabbed the machine, and we flipped it back up with her in it. And then we got her out of the machine. We were walking her around, trying to gain her. She was sitting on the ground, just, crying. It was a lot of pain. And we really thought that she was going to have to go to the hospital. And she got better and she started, calming down a little bit. So we put her back in the machine. There was nothing we could do. We had to get her out of there. So we put her back in the machine, seatbelted her all in there. We wrapped her up with jackets and everything else. And we started heading back for the lodge, trying to get out of there. And we made our way back. And as we were sitting there, it was a huge sand pit. And right where they tipped over, there was a rock, like this big, just a little rock, 2 or 3 inches big. It was just sitting there. And when the machine tipped over, that rock, like this forklift, the rock hit on an upright on the roll cage. And it put a dent in it about that high and about a 1/2 inch deep. That's all it did. And then there was a couple scratches that were right above it. I think from when we grabbed it and picked it up, we probably, scratched it on that rock when we picked it up. And then the plastic on one side had some scratches on it, on the decal that was on there. And we ran it back. We got back as fast as we could. We got back there. We got her out, got her into the cabin and stuff, into the apartment thing we rented. And the inspector's like, I'm gonna get her all undressed and everything and check this all out and everything. And I said, okay, I gotta get these machines back. I'll take care of this and I'll be right back. And then if I have to, I'll run her to the hospital. And we all jumped into machines and we ran them down, fueled them, came back, turned them in, and I told the lady exactly what happened. I said, it's got a small dent in there. She's like, is it structurally sound? Because it's got to be rented tomorrow. I said, yeah, it's fine. There's nothing bent or nothing. It's just got a little dent in it. I said, it's good to rent again. I said, but I'll come in the morning. I said, I got to take care of this right now. I said, I'll be back in the first thing in the morning, and I'll talk with the owner. We'll make everything square. If I damage something, I'm going to take care of it. That's just the way I am. And she was like, okay, we'll see you in the morning and stuff. And I'm like, it's good to go. You can still rent it. It's all fine. So I ran into the place and I walked in the door, and here was the inspector and here was her daughter. And I walked in and I'm like, do we need to go to the hospital? What are we doing here? And she looked at me and she goes, I mean, she couldn't even move it. She was like cranked back. Everybody was like, it's broken bones, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And she's like, no, it's stiff, but it's going to be okay. So I think what happened is she cracked her funny bone. She cracked her arm in a funny bone and just shot nerves up in her arm, and it was probably a hard impact. And then I think she hyperextended her wrist. And I think with the getting back, they put her into the shower, warmed her up with hot water and stuff, and I think the hot water running over it, I think the muscles loosened and everything, and everything started moving. So she was like, I'm going to be sore, but I think it's going to be okay. The next day, she had black and blue marks all over her shoulder, her side, her arm, and everything, from the seatbelt and from hitting the stuff. She was pretty black and blue. She was kind of sore and everything, but she's okay. But now here's the big problem. The next day I went and talked to the owner of the place, and he goes, this really sucks. He goes, because this is not my machine. He goes, I rented it from another rental place. And he goes, but he's looking at it and he goes, it's a roll bar. He goes, they're probably going to try to replace it and everything else. And I told him, I said, listen, I said, if this becomes like $1,000 or $2,000, I says, I would probably just buy the machine, because there's really nothing wrong with it. It's got a little dent in a roll bar. Who cares? That's what they're made for, is to go out and bang them around. And I said, I'll just probably buy the machine then. And he was like, I don't think it's going to be that bad. He goes, my guess is probably $500-600, something like that. And I said, okay. I says, stay in contact. Let me know what's going on. I'll take care of it, dude. And Caleb's asking if I have haul tankers. Yes, I have haul tankers. So I've been in waiting for this and everything. And then the guy who actually drove that machine, he had to fill out a liability form, and his phone number was on there. He actually called him 2 days ago and said, hey, we got the damage assessed and everything else. So he said to me that there was a message and stuff. So I called the guy up and had a conversation. Turns out he's like, it's $1,500. And I'm like, $1,500? You were supposed to call me and I'll just buy the machine. And he goes, that's just for the deductible. He goes, when I rented it from this place, I decided I was going to take insurance out on it. And he goes, so I paid for insurance, And he goes, that's just the deductible. He said, this place is coming up with a bill that's crazy. And he gave me the owner's phone number and everything. I've been trying to call this person for days. And they wouldn't give us an itemized list for the parts or nothing. They finally, I've been bugging them and leaving them messages. They won't return my phone calls. It's a big scam. I'm getting really tired of it. But he finally got a picture yesterday, they did, of a UTV and a bunch of arrows pointing to it. This is damaged, this is damaged, and it's going to cost $3,600 to fix this. And I'm like, it's such a scam. It's unbelievable. If that machine tipping over on its side in a sand pit costs $3,600 in damage, a Polaris Razor is the biggest piece of junk I've ever seen in my entire life. There was nothing wrong with it. Nothing was bent or nothing. There was a piece of plastic scratch and there was a dent in a roll bar. But they're making this big deal out of it. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to, I think they're going to do it. I don't think there's anything really I could do. I could hire lawyers or whatever. The thing is, I didn't rent it from them and they're charging the other guy. I'm probably just going to end up paying him, because he's already paid $1,500 for the deductible, because he's a business owner. He's got to stay, in good standing and stuff. And so he's already paid it. I'm not going to let him get screwed over, so I'm probably just going to end up paying $1,500. It's a crazy thing going on, and then I talked to him last night about it, and I said, well, I'll just buy the machine, and he goes, you can't do it. He goes, they won't sell it to you. He goes, because it's a Polaris deal, and he goes, they actually don't own the machines. They pay a certain amount to Polaris, and Polaris sends them a bunch of machines, and they rent them out, and then after a year or 2 years, Polaris takes the machines back. They can't actually sell them. I don't know. Sounds like a big scam to me. Whatever. It is what it is. But I'm not very happy about it. But what are you going to do? I'm not going to let this guy get screwed over with $1,500. So I'll just end up paying him the $1,500 and be done with the whole deal. But there is some news going on about the UP. There is some stuff going on, and that's what I've been doing a lot, is dealing with this. And it looks like some things are coming to fruition, and I will be coming out with videos for that stuff. You guys will be coming up. It is Halloween, so happy Halloween. And also, we got the election coming up. I don't get political. I'm just going to say, go out and vote. It is your duty. If you are a citizen of the United States, it is your duty to go and vote. You may think it doesn't make a difference or nothing else. It does. And so get out there and vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for and everything else, because who am I to say that I'm not a political expert or nothing else. Matthew says, how is the weight challenge? That's been over with. I'm just going to say that John he kind of gave up on that thing. I've actually bought him. I do this stuff with this supplement from Thrive. I've talked about it in the past. I put links in the videos. It's worked very well for me. I'm sticking right around 200, 205 right now. I'm hoping to lose about another 10 pounds. I'm looking to get about $190. That's what I was when I graduated high school. I was like 185 or something like that. Trying to get back to that. I think that'd be pretty good accomplishment. So I'm still working on it and stuff. Amy says, I see John got Goldie back from me. I think more of the word is stole. I think he stole it. What you guys didn't see in that video when he was driving out of there with that Goldwing, I was chasing him with a shotgun, and he almost cracked up when he turned the video. Watch this video. When he turned, he's like, "Holy smokes!" He takes off. He almost cracked up. He almost spilled it. It was pretty funny. But yeah, I was chasing him with a shotgun, yelling at him. But so yeah, so. What else is going on? What else? I don't really think anything else. I need a haircut really bad. Look at all that mess. It's getting long. I gotta hack it off. So I think I'm gonna get to work. I have to get over to the boss's house and finish this project. It's a crazy project. I have no idea. Yes, I did vote. I voted absentee. I did that when I was back in Wisconsin right after the trip. I went online to make sure everything was all good. Did that. I'm doing a really crazy thing. Working in their house. I don't know why I'm doing it. It is what it is. You know. Insurance companies and lawyers, bloodsuckers. Yeah, I know. I hate dealing with all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get this done. I got a couple days, I think, left on it, and then I'm going to turn around and I'll be working on some trucks, I think, in the beginning of the week. And I have a very big project that I'm going to be doing that is going to be used for. Bossman, trust you. Let's see. John and Boss was looking for your grace. Alternative problems. Yeah. Let's see. Greetings from the Netherlands. Bossman is jealous of the inspector. Oh. My boss, I don't know if you guys saw that, if it popped up on the screen. My boss just sent me a message. Are you awake? I will say Matthew just asked, out of frame overhaul. Yes, there's going to be an overhaul coming up. I don't know if it's going to be out of frame. I gotta pull the motor apart and inspect it and see if the block is any good yet. We've been looking at different blocks and everything else, but I need to do an inspection. I got to tear it apart. Maybe in frame, maybe out of frame. I don't know. But there you go. So I guess the boss is looking for me, and I probably should get back to him and get going. Amy, you have good snowmobiles in La Crosse, snowmobile trails in La Crosse? Yes, I have snowmobiled in La Crosse. I've been over there and I've snowmobiled over there. I'm not really a trail snowmobiler anymore, but yeah, I've been over there. It was pretty cool with all the hills and stuff. It's pretty neat trails over there. So I got to get to work, and I will be putting out some videos. I'm going to try to catch you guys up to where I am currently. Just don't freak out. You're not in a time machine. These videos are before my trip up to the UP. But I'm going to try to get you guys all caught up. So I will put a whole bunch of videos out for you guys. I'll try to do like 1, maybe 2 a day, and I'll be able to get one of my cameras working and everything. I was actually going to order some new cameras and stuff, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. YouTube pay sucks. It's terrible. It's they're blaming it on the COVID stuff. I mean, John has just been complaining about it like crazy. They say that it's because COVID. That's why a lot of YouTube people are saying it's just terrible right now. It is so bad, and they're saying that COVID is affecting the pay, so it's lower and stuff. I don't understand that, because if with the COVID stuff, more people are at home watching videos, there's more advertising. I don't get the whole aspect why it's low, but it's really bad. And I'm not going to go out and spend any more money. I think in the whole time I've done this YouTube, I don't think I've actually ever broken even, because I've spent a lot of money on stuff. I used to give away all kinds of money. I used to buy all kinds of cameras and all this stuff. I've spent so much money on it, and I actually used to give all my YouTube proceedings to somebody else that needed it, that I knew and stuff, and was in a moment I used to give them all my YouTube money they used to make. And when I finally started actually taking my own money, I don't think I've ever actually paid off all that I've invested into this and everything. So I wasn't going to do that, but I got a bunch of cameras, and I'm going to make a camera work and everything. I'll mess with it and get a camera working and stuff so I can start a video and stuff again. But these videos are going to be coming out over this weekend and in the future. You will have, these are going to be old videos. So don't freak out. I'll catch you guys up to where I am. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they watch this here video. And if you're not, certainly try that all over tomorrow. And boy, I need to get a haircut. I think I better take care of that. Look at that thing. I got like wings growing on. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.